Let's talk about apologies today. This is by far one of the best relationship skills that you can have, but when it's done poorly or not done at all, it actually can make things worse. So we want to know how to do one really well, and we're going to talk about that today. I'm Stacy Rocklein, and I'm a relationship coach. I help people create exceptional relationships through healthy communication. So an apology is the beginning of the repair process. It's super important that we acknowledge that conflict is going to happen, and what we want is to have healthy conflict. So we're going to hurt each other's feelings. This is just normal. This is what two humans do. They don't do it intentionally. Sometimes they do it intentionally. But the repair of that hurt is really important. That is where you build trust, right? If you think about it, if something is in conflict and you come back and you apologize and you forgive and you learn from it, it creates a sense of safety. It builds trust. And so the next time something happens, you have started to create this confidence in each other that you're going to be okay. So that's why conflict isn't a bad thing. It's actually really important for relationship building, but you have to do conflict and repair. An apology isn't going to undo the hurt that just happened, but it does begin this process of repair and it restores safety. So it's really, really important. And when we screw it up, this is what we do. Let's say we hurt the person, right? So it's like a double slap. First, we hurt the person. That hurts enough. And then we don't acknowledge that we hurt the other person. It's kind of like slapping them twice. So by doing it badly or not doing it at all, we are actually harming them more. It's super, 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 super important. I think that the reasons why people don't apologize or do it poorly are really revealing. And they say a lot about what people think an apology is. So let's talk about that for a second. What is it? I'll tell you what it is and what it isn't. What it is it's an acknowledgement. You are acknowledging that you have upset the other person. You have hurt their feelings. You've upset them emotionally in some way. And you're saying, I see that. Okay? What trips people up is that they decide they're not going to apologize because they think an apology is admitting they were wrong. And if they don't feel that they were wrong, then they think, I don't have to apologize. But again, it's not an admission that you're wrong. It's an acknowledgement of the other person's feelings. Or some people think, well, I didn't mean to hurt them. And so since I didn't intend to hurt them, why should I apologize? But again, that's just going back to the wrong thing. It's the acknowledgement of their hurt feelings, intentionally or not. Other people think, you know what? They shouldn't feel that way. I don't agree with their assessment of the situation. I don't agree with their emotions about it. And so since I don't agree, why would I apologize? Again, it's not about whether you agree or not. It's just about seeing them, hearing them, acknowledging them. So those are people who avoid them, and those are some of the reasons that they avoid it. But what about people who do it really badly? You've been in this situation before where someone's like, they're saying apology words, but it does not feel like an apology. What's happening is that the person who did the hurting is making it all about them. They're actually trying to soothe themselves, not acknowledge the other person. So sometimes they just want the whole thing to stop. They hate arguing and they just want to stop. So they are saying, I'm sorry. Like, just make this go away. That's not fair. And it doesn't acknowledge the other person, that they're making it about them. Another thing that they feel like is it's the right thing to do. I want to be perceived as a good person, so I'm going to apologize. And that's not acknowledging that it's about the other person. It's still making it about me. Or they do rationalizations for their behavior, explanations for why they did it, justifications. This is when someone adds on to their apology, but blah, 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 blah. Or it's just that, or it's because you, blah, 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 blah. Anytime you start throwing that stuff in at the end of your apology, you're just voiding it out. It's like it never even happened. And in fact, you're making the other person feel even more invisible, even more insignificant by basically saying, hey, what I did, I had good reasons for hurting you. That doesn't make someone feel good, right? Or when someone says I'm sorry if what I did hurt your feelings. It's kind of like a condition in there where, if you say your feelings are hurt, well, then I'm sorry, but only if. So that's when someone makes it all about them and not about the person who needs to be acknowledged. Why do we need it? We're human and we want to be seen and we want to be heard and we want to be understood and we want to be acknowledged and validated in our relationships. That's really important to us. So we need these apologies, but we have to ask ourselves why. We want most conflict to be about how to grow, right? How do we get better? And an apology should have that underneath it. But sometimes we kind of do it in a punitive way, right? We want the person to just know they were wrong. We want it to be a confession. We want to make them feel bad. We want to punish them. So you have to ask yourself, why am I expecting an apology? Why am I asking for an apology? Why am I waiting for an apology? It's okay to want the other person to know how you feel so that you guys can, in the future, avoid doing that again, so that they understand something about you. But if you mean it to be making them wrong or punish them, you're going to create more disconnection. So you just want to think about your purpose, right? It's not about wrongness. It's the process of beginning repair. So how is it done? It's very, very, very simple. And really challenge yourself on this, because there are lots of people walking around thinking they're apologizing well, and they're not doing a very good job. They're making it worse. I did not come by this skill easy, and I had to really work at it. And I continue to work at it because, it wasn't in my wheelhouse for lots and lots of years. So number one, do it. Apologize. Just do it. Get out of your own way, get out of your own head, get out of your own experience and all your justifications, and go acknowledge the other person's feelings. No matter what happened, intentional or not, let them be seen. Let them feel that you know that you hurt them or upset them. So do it. Second, keep it simple. Very, very simple. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. That's it. End of sentence. Put a period there. Don't let anything else come out of your mouth. Explanations and all that other stuff that's going to undo it. Just let them know that you're sorry you hurt their feelings. Acknowledge they have hurt feelings and that you were the cause. And finally, change behavior. That's really important. We can apologize for the same thing over and over all lifelong. And if we never change our behavior, people eventually are going to be like, yeah, whatever. So if you did something that hurt the other person and there's something that you can change to avoid that in the future, do it. That's how we grow with each other and we stay connected with each other. This is one of the fastest ways to come back together. It's the fastest way to disarm another person and to take the energy out of an argument is with an apology. So get in there, do it, and do it fast. That's one thing you can do to have successful arguments. I also have a free download of 10 things, the top 10 things you can do to have successful arguments. They're strategies, and you're going to have conflict. So you want some communication hacks in your toolbox so that you can do it successfully, and you can grab that at the link, and I'll see you next time.